Yeah. Welcome to the Love and Luck podcast show. We back once again. We got another beautiful topic we want to tap in with, but first let me introduce myself. My name is D Love Stacks.
And this is Love Luciano. You in the dig?
Yeah, welcome back to our thing, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in and checking out what we've been doing, you know what I'm saying? But check this out, we got another interesting topic today. It's relationships with a street person versus a working person. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds crazy, right?
Right.
The thing is, okay, I'm going to jump into it. I'm going to jump right into it, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been in this position before a million times, you know what I'm saying? Because
sure.
I was a street person. Well, we both street persons, you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
And we very, very, very busy, you know what I'm saying? When you working and hustling and trying to get to the money, trying to get to the bag, we always on the move, you know what I'm saying? We always grinding, trying to get to the next level of the game, and versus a working person, because we was working persons too.
Right.
We only had to do a flat 8 hours.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So when you're in a relationship with a female, they don't really understand that.
Right.
What they understand is that dude that work a flat 8 hours.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? When he get off work, he ain't got shit else to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He can sit, go home, take a shower, eat dinner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And sit down and get on his little game or whatever. And,
right.
And just sit there and do
that type of shit.
Absolutely nothing if that's what he chooses to do.
Right.
Or if he want to be up under his old lady and cupcake all motherfucker the rest of the day.
Yeah.
He got those options.
Right.
Versus the dude that's in the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We was constantly always on the move, always going to get it.
For sure.
You never really had time to just, because there's not an 8 hours. It's a 24 hour period. If you really want to be real with it.
For sure.
You know what? I mean, what your take is on it? What you think about it?
Yeah, when it comes down to street hustling and having a regular job, you know, from my experience, you know, I know that plenty of times, you know, when it came to the street hustling part of things, I had to always be on the move, you know, and it was like basically whenever the streets called, I had to move. Know, it wasn't no 8 hour thing. You know, at that point, I'm an entrepreneur, you know, so,
Absolutely.
You know, like they say, entrepreneurs, you know, they only eat what they kill. You feel me? So therefore, you know what I mean? And what that means is, you know, anything that, you know, I want to have, you know what I mean? I got to go out and get it myself. When you have a job, you know, somebody else, you know, they assisted you on being able to work for them. You know what I mean? The blessing comes from them. Absolutely. But you know, but when you're a street hustler, the blessing comes from, you know what I mean, ain't no telling where it's gonna come from. You know, just as well as being, you know, a regular entrepreneur. You know, and I would prefer both, you know, over the regular 9 to 5. You know, because to me a job is, you know, it seems like, you know, I'm being involved in a way it seems like slavery to me because I don't have the freedom, you know, and I'm a man that's always enjoyed my freedom.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well said, because I'm that way too. It was hard for me to just adapt to being bossed around, should you say. You know what I'm saying? You
For sure.
Like,
right.
Get over there and get that.
Most definitely.
Get over there and get that.
That type of shit.
You late.
Right.
You got one more time, you're going to get a write-up.
Yeah.
All right. Tony, I've been working at the dump. You know, remember, you fired.
Yeah.
You
Tony
fired.
was cool, though.
Don't
Tony
come
was
back
cool.
no more, you fired.
Yeah.
He was cool, though, by the way.
Yeah.
He used to fire your ass.
Yeah.
and then you come back to work and he give you job back.
Most definitely.
Everybody that worked at the dump know Tony that used to work with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he used to fire your ass just like that.
Yeah, for some reason, no, Tony loved me, man. For some reason, he just gravitated to me. And then I found out that my cousin was the foreman. My cousin Daryl McLemore, man.
Oh, okay.
And, once I found out he was the foreman as well, shit, I was on Easy Street.
Well, with me and Tony, when he worked at the dump, it's like we had to force his hand.
Is that right?
Because he was, you know.
I remember you and Mainline didn't like it.
Yeah, man, Mainline was on his
right.
helmet, you know what I'm saying? And he was dating my step pop's daughter.
Oh, that type of shit.
Yeah, so one day he came over to my mom's house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And me and Maine was over there.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So he popped up.
I think you told me the story.
Yeah, he popped up. But we was like, so what's up with you giving those other niggas all the fucking routes and shit, all them cake-ass routes? You know what I'm saying? And Tony was like, oh, shit, these niggas really tripping.
For sure.
And, you know, big Bang, you know, Bang.
Yeah, I know Bang.
What's up with all that shit? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, man.
I already know the nigga Bang, for sure.
And put me and Maine together every day. You know what I'm saying? Can you make that happen, nigga?
Right.
Yeah, we had him up under pressure. Yeah, we put some real pressure on that nigga, you know what I'm saying? But after that, he was cool as a motherfucker, though. He was like, yeah, man, y'all go ahead, y'all work on y'all take truck, 5, whatever truck we had, you know what I'm saying? He put us on every day.
Yeah,
we had split off there. I think we was only missing one day.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's how we got cool with the cat. You know what I'm saying? But he was one of them cats, though, just saying, you know what I'm saying, the shit you got to put up with at work, you know what I'm saying? But we had to press a line in order to get a little bit of goddamn cooperation.
For sure. Was true. You just happened to look up that, he was dating your sister.
Yeah, he was dating my stepsister.
Yeah, your stepsister. So being that he had to come by to your house, or he decided to come by to your house.
Up. We like, we got this nigga now. We got him now. Even though we was gonna press his ass anyway, but he would have filed us and got our job back and all that shit. Cause I done seen plenty cats put the press on him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He used to just fire their ass, but he was behind this big plexiglass. You know the glass?
Oh, yeah.
He behind that big plexiglass, nigga, talking that shit.
Right. Yeah, for some reason, man, Tony, like I said, he took to me, man. I used to always just, I would always get called, man. The cats would be like, man, why you always get called? Because, we was casual.
You slipped him a couple dollars.
Yeah, I ain't did none of that. You know what I mean? I guess he just liked my personality or something. I don't know what it was. You feel me? You know what I mean? So, he used to always call me, and cats used to be like, cats, they started having a problem with me because he used to call me all the time, because we working for the trash company, they used to have like this little pit, to kind of explain.
Right.
And then they used to call your name, and we were casuals at the time.
Right.
Meaning
casuals and regulars.
Right. So they had casuals and regulars, and we hadn't had enough seniority yet to actually be regulars, you know. But man, it seemed like I was, I used to get at least, 3 or 4, when I was a casual, I used to get anywhere from 3 to 4 days a week, guaranteed. But I ran hard though too every day. I ran like a motherfucker.
I was just finna bring that point. I was about to say, that was a hard job in the beginning because you figure these niggas out here working in this 118, 114, 15 weather, and you out there running. Back then it was hard. You know what I'm saying? Now I hear it's easy. Yeah. I'm hearing they got trucks with AC in it and all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? And back then we didn't have no goddamn AC in the truck.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We had to run the window down and we had to keep a big bucket of ice water and eat grapes. If you ate the wrong food out there, your ass was done. If you ate some milk and eggs and all that shit spoiling your stomach. You about to shit, throw up, everything on the route.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's what happened to me like my first day, because I didn't know no better.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But I happened to be with my step pops.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was back then, that's when they started the training truck.
Okay.
And he was the trainer on the truck.
Yeah.
So I was working with him.
Yeah.
So he was like, man, just sit your ass down and I'm going to do the work.
Right.
And, J-Dog was hella in shape and shit. So he was getting that motherfucking garbage like it wasn't shit.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a good experience on the job. But I remember when they started branching out and they started having different franchises. Remember they was having the one on Cheyenne.
Right.
So they had sent me to
different
Henderson.
yards and shit.
They started having
yards.
them different yards. They sent me to Henderson.
Yeah.
Which there was a white guy running it out there, but he was the boss. But they had some brothers running it, but the boss he was like a hater and shit. I don't know what the fuck he was hating on me about.
Man, they was all hating.
I didn't have no problems with the...
They were switching up the company, man.
Yeah,
they wanted the face of the company to change. That's what it was. It had
it was
nothing to do with you.
I'm like, what the fuck you hating on me for, motherfucker? I be to work every day, goddamn. So shit. Right. But then, that's around the time when I was messing with a certain female. I was messing with this female I was messing with. Mm-hmm. So I didn't have to go to work as much. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, I was like, shit. You know what they had, the 30 call-ins? They had 30 call-ins, 10 leave of absences.
I don't even think it was that many, though.
I think shit.
They was pretty lenient, though.
And it was 5 no-call, no-shows.
Right.
So I remember I used to go ahead and milk all those. Right. When I started messing with Baby, you know what I'm saying? Because she was making all the bread at the time.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And that right there was kind of a way to me. I was like, shit, I'm making shit. She making all of the easy. This is before I got back into hustling. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, she making all the goddamn money. I ain't got to be going to work every motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? Getting pressed by this motherfucker, tripping because shit, I don't even know what he was tripping about. Cause we was good out there on them routes.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I think he was hating because I used to get my checks early. Yeah. And there was a little snowflake in the window. Right. At the job. And I used to, chop my shit with her. You know what I'm saying? She used to always get my check early.
Yeah, he didn't want to see that.
And she used to be like, I used to look back. You know how you see they be in the back office and you look back and you see the motherfucker peeking and shit. Yeah. He like, I said,
he trying to see where her eyes is going.
Yeah, he like, what
trying to see where her eyes is going.
Why you always talking this, you know what I'm saying? Talking to that guy. You know what I'm saying? And then one day she told me, she said, he be hating on me talking to you. Yeah. I'm like, for what? Shit, you act like he caught me and you outside or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It made me want to pop at her some more. But,
yeah.
But
for
I was
sure.
like,
take that.
That's what I so wanted to do. I was like, man, I said, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what made me really stop liking the workforce. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because you always had to bow down. Yeah. You always get the short end of the stick, should I say. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, in the relationship, back to the relationship shit, when you got off work, you had time for that versus the hustle. When I was in the hustle, I never had a lot of time. You know, we had to kind of carve out some time. Right. If you wanted to, say, go out of town or matter of fact, if we was out of town, hey, you're more welcome to come or something. Right. You know, just know we working.
For sure,
you know what I'm saying? And nowadays, it's like the girls, they fuck with you now. They like, you don't never have time. Right. You're always moving around. Right. We can't do this. We can't do that. Well, shit, I'm getting to the money. Have you had any problems like that?
Oh, man. Man, that goes without saying. I mean, with me, I used to, I used to work for the dump, but at the same time, I used to go back and forth from Vegas to San Diego, man, and pick up, bundles of weed. Mm-hmm. I would pick up anywhere from 30 to 40 pounds. And then I would come back and sell them to the niggas that I knew out here. You feel me? You know what I mean? So there was times I went to San Diego and I would just have to sit there, anytime, you a hustler and you got to sit and wait for some shit, because a motherfucker keeps saying, oh, it's going to be here this day, it's going to be here that day. Right. And I only had the weekends, to go out to California to go get my weed. Right. You feel me? So, a lot of times once I came back, sometimes I missed days. I had to call in, all of those type of shit, And then I was making so much money with the weed, but, I still had a good job to where I was making it back in like 2005, man, we was coming home with like $700,000 checks.
Right.
Man, that was a lot of money. You feel me? You know what I
Right.
mean? It's a lot of cats that ain't making that now. You feel me? And I was just remember just stacking my checks, man, just putting them on on top of the closet in this little box to where I saved up like 15, 20, 30,000. You feel me? You know what I mean?
I could see. I remember I got fired.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you saved me.
Right. Yeah. Shit, you saved me too, man.
Hey, I got fired like a motherfucker. The motherfucking white man fired the shit out of me, right? He told me, he said, well, shit, cause my CDLs had got suspended some kind of way. I think I had a car accident, and I never went to court for it.
Right.
So the white man comes he say, well, shit, if you could go get your CDLs, we'll give you your job back.
Yeah.
I said, all right, shit.
Yeah.
I went and got the CDLs like in 2 days.
And he still fired you.
Came back. He didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Put me back on the truck.
For sure.
He was like, nah, we can't.
Yeah. Well, they came there with an agenda anyway.
Like, what?
Right.
Go get the punk ass, what you call it? We was in the union.
Yeah, for sure.
So get the punk ass union rep. Didn't do nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
What is you getting paid for?
Shit, to fire niggas.
This is how people get back in them streets, by the way.
Right. To fire niggas and this is what they was doing. To fire niggas to make sure they changed the face of the company because that whole company, was nothing but black dudes.
Nothing but brothers.
When it was Silver State Disposal.
Fresh out the penitentiary. Because I was in there with everybody I was in the penitentiary with.
Most definitely.
Y'all was working. But the union rep, I'll never forget, his name was DC. Black dude.
Yeah.
That motherfucker didn't do shit.
Right.
I said, DC, I got my CDLs and everything.
Right.
And I've been fired for, I guess this is the reason they fired me, because they said my CDLs were suspended.
Right.
Okay, now I got the CDLs.
Yeah.
I ain't never got no dirties, no nothing.
Right.
And I abide by all the rules on as far as you could take days off and all that shit. So
for sure.
That wasn't a problem.
Right.
He was like, well, shit. What, nigga? Can you get me the job back or not? You know what I'm saying? I said, fuck it.
Most definitely.
That's when I said, fuck it. I was like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Give me my goddamn unemployment.
Yeah.
Give me my unemployment.
Right.
And that's about the time I wasn't doing bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, the female I was with, she had left the game.
Right.
And she got in the corporate world, you know what I'm saying? She started working.
For sure.
But it wasn't enough money.
Right, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know, living in fucking America, shit, period. You gotta have damn near 2-3 motherfucking incomes coming into one goddamn house.
Especially now.
Now, so at that time, it was just her bringing in the income versus my little unemployment shit, which was almost $200-300 max. You know that shit to no need. We like, what the fuck is this shit?
That's an insult.
Man, so I'm going, nigga, I'm trying to go put in other applications.
For sure.
I'm putting in applications. They talking about, you overqualified because we was making too much money.
Right.
At the Silver State at the time.
Right.
So at the time, I'm like, man, I don't know what. I'm like, fuck. And you had pulled up. For sure. This is why I'll never forget this shit.
Right.
I can never forget this shit. So you pulled up. You had bought my cousin's Escalade at the time.
For sure.
So you had pulled up in the Escalade. You was like, man, love, what's happening, man? You know. Man, what's happening, man? You know what I'm saying? You want to make some money or what? What you doing, man?
Yeah, for sure.
You want to make some money?
Right. Most definitely.
And I was like, hell yeah, I need to make some money, nigga. I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no money.
Yeah.
Abroad out the game. I'm out, you know what I'm saying? I ain't been in the game at the time. I'm like, shit, I need some motherfucking money.
Most definitely.
He was like, shit, nigga, come with me, man. We gonna shoot out the Cali, nigga.
Yeah, that's right.
So we shoot the Cali. Long story short, I was back home, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Of course, I had to do what I had to do to get my shit up. But
You worked it out, for sure.
But yeah, after I got back into the game, I was like, man, fuck that work shit. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's when things changed as far as relationships go, because I got busy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I got to get out here
And hustle.
and build my brand up.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So as I was doing that, the all that sitting around at home, nah.
Yeah.
Watching movies and nah.
Right.
Going out to just have all that was cut to a short.
Because when your phone rang, shit, you had to answer.
It was brought to a halt.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, hey, I gotta get out here and get this money.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And we probably I had my fat homeboy Chubb. I said, Chubb, I need you to get out here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get out here and start politicking this here shit.
For sure.
And man, we was on. I'm talking about 7 days a week, no sleep.
I know. My thing is, man, like I said, you know, like I always tell you, when you used to come and I used to drop you, because at one point in time, I had made the transition. Once I got fired, I started going in and out of state. Right. You feel me? You know what I mean? With the weed. And I used to get like 300, 400, 500 pounds of weed out of state.
Absolutely.
You feel me? But
I know.
But yeah, but for the most part, what I did, I used to hand Love like 100 pounds of weed, you know what I mean, and hand it to him, and then next thing I know, he would get rid of it in like shit. I would say anywhere from 3 months to 3 weeks. Excuse me, not 3 months, like 3 weeks to a month. You know what I mean? And he would hand me all my money. You know what I mean? And it would be like, and I would give him a hell of a price on it and shit because he my guy. You know what I mean? I'd be like, shit, I'd make a couple dollars on it. I wasn't tripping because I was moving anyways. You know, and I know what kind of cat he is. You feel me? And some cats, when you can fuck with them like that, you like, oh, man, that shit gonna come back around. You feel me? You know what I mean?
That's so funny because I remember, like, when I first got back into the, fucking with y'all, and my girl that I was with, she used to be like, because I wasn't doing shit with her because I was steady at the bread.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
she wasn't seeing shit though.
Right. Yeah.
But then all of a sudden she started seeing that bread fall through. Right. She was like, "Oh, okay, we could go get a fucking house now."
Oh yeah, for sure.
We was in the condo.
Most definitely.
Even though we had a nice ass condo.
Yeah.
But we moving up like George and Weezy for real.
For sure.
Shit, I'm like, shit, let's go to get a house.
Right. You know what impressed me though? What the thing was when I handed you that 100 pounds and you got rid of it so fast. You know what I mean? And to me, when I came back to you and you told me you broke it all down, you were selling you know what I mean, everything. What was you, like dimes and the whole nine?
Yeah, back in the day when we was doing that, this what happened, man. It was one day, because like I said, we was politicking every day, me and Fat Boy.
Yeah.
We was pulling up, I'm talking about on motherfuckers in traffic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up? Y'all smoking or what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, advertisement 101.
And everybody I was pulling up was like, yeah, give me your number.
For sure.
Pass the number, boo. And they was calling.
No doubt. Right.
So one day, I went through all my cousins, because all my cousins, this one my cousins was some real niggas back in the day. They dealt with their family.
Right.
You know, it ain't like that now, but back in the day,
they
dealt with their family. They weren't fucking with no off-brand niggas. They was like, oh, my cousin got it.
Yeah.
So boom. So we locked them up. And then one day, we hungry, nigga. I shoot up in Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
This is a true story.
Yeah.
White boy in there, you know what I'm saying? He smelled the weed. He like, man, I smell it.
Yeah, for sure.
I can smell it.
Right.
I was like, yeah, I got it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, shit, give me a number.
Yeah.
It's a white boy.
Right.
So I gave him the number. He called me as soon as he got off work.
Yeah.
He smoked the weed. He said, oh, man, you had some fire.
Yeah, for sure.
I need to hook you up with my boy.
Yeah.
So he hooked me up with this one dude, little black dude. He stayed in the apartment complex up there.
Okay.
They happened to be low income apartments.
Yeah.
This about the time that happened afterward, but all them Louisiana niggas came out here when the floods and all that shit had happened back then.
Okay. Right.
So they came, and I get up, and we so happened to get a crib up there.
Mm-hmm.
So we moved from there, from Spanish Trail Reserve up there in that area, Tropicana and Fort Apache area.
Right.
So we up in there. So it's the low income apartments is right. I didn't even know they was low income. I'm thinking they some regular apartments.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a white boy. He said, man, let me introduce you to my guy over here.
Yeah.
And y'all can work it out from there.
Yeah.
Man, this one little dude, man, he had the whole complex.
Ringing. So he had it ringing.
I ain't even knowing. So I'm like, all I know is I'm sitting at the crib, the one I moved in. This motherfucker calling me every 5 every 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, you should have threw that nigga like
So
10 pounds, nigga. Take that. You know what I mean?
I'm like, well, hold on, boy, you got it sold up like this.
Right.
He like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Do. I'm like, all right. No, I let him, I say,
yeah,
I'm
for
gonna mess with him for about a good month.
Most definitely.
So I messed with him about a month. He was doing the same thing every day. Every day I was probably getting about 3,000 up out of there. This every day.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, God damn.
Right.
I'm running out of weed fucking with this nigga. This little nigga.
Plus, you had other movement going on too.
Not to mention the rest.
Yeah, the other movement going on too.
That's just there.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
So I got a lot. I always every time I see that white boy, I see him from time to time, even up to date. I'll be like, man, I remember back in the day, boy, you was the one that really just had me locked that hole. He always laugh. He'd be like, I remember.
Say, turn that motherfucker into the Carter.
Everybody knew my name.
For sure.
But they didn't know the face.
Yeah, that's how you play it. That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's how I was when I was out of state, man. Cats never knew. They see me though, because I used to, a lot of times I would go to the hood and fuck around and shit, fuck. You know what I mean? I'd be even in the projects by myself, with other, with cats that, I would always have me what I consider to be a hood pass. I had one nigga that I knew out there for the most part, but niggas would always try to test me. For the simple fact is, I'm a California nigga. I'm out here by I'm out here by myself. I'm having my money, but I never kept nothing on me. They always had, whatever it was, and I knew I could fuck with them and trust them. You feel me? You know what I mean? Or at least, believe in the niggas or whatever the case it was. But yeah, man, going back to the whole thing about, I just remember going back to when I actually had to move around that much, man. And anytime, I had a woman at the time, man, and she just, she was just, she was just totally against the whole situation. She wanted to try to control me. She wanted to try to control my money. She wanted to try to control my movement. You know what I mean? She wanted to, and I'm quite sure Love could attest to that.
Absolutely.
But, a woman can't never control me. I'm not gonna let it happen. Because I always feel like a man is supposed to be moving and he's supposed to be making things happen. If I'm not moving and making things happen, I don't feel good within my spirit. Absolutely. I have to move around and make things happen. I always got to figure things out and try things or whatever the case may be. If a motherfucker brought me something right now, he said, look, man, check this out, man. You can make such and such happen if you do this. I'm going to put my investigation down.
Right,
and once, it's the same thing with when my homeboys told me about that weed.
Right.
You know what I mean? About how I can, wrap some shit, put it in a box, and blast it off. You know what I mean?
Man,
I'm like,
so
shit.
Crazy, man. And it's crazy, like now that, now up to speed and up to date how the game is, because I remember, like I said, we was making so much money, and then as soon as the dispensaries came into play,
man.
It just shut the whole game down.
Yeah, for sure.
That's when I stopped fucking with it.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is crazy. It was unbelievable. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I know my people ain't gonna turn on me.
Yeah.
And go to no goddamn dispensary.
For sure.
Shit. So all them 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 a days was dwindling down. It was coming down. 4,000, 3,000.
Damn.
2,000.
Right.
1,000.
Yeah.
500.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck is going on out here?
That's crazy.
Everybody, hey, where y'all going? Hey, everybody going to the dispensary.
Right.
Because they have the luxury of picking the weed that they want. You know what I'm saying? Right. Versus we just had probably 1 strand or 2 strands.
Right.
And back then it wasn't all this, what they got? All these blue dreams and cat piss and flour. It was none of that shit. It was just regular stress.
Yeah, for sure. Or niggas wanted, I know when I used to go out of town, niggas wanted that purple.
Stress.
They was on that, they was on that purple because niggas was so, it was like, that's what all the rappers was talking about. And anything that, a rapper would talk about, niggas always wanted. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Rappers make shit trendy. You know what I mean? I don't know why.
Yeah, they start copycat. Everybody copycat everything they do.
I don't know why, I mean, because, at that point, you're not an independent type of person, you know what I mean? If you're following the trends,
Right, right.
but for the most part, I mean, following the trends can't as well get you paid.
Yeah, the women couldn't take it though. They was like, this motherfucker ain't never around.
Oh man, for sure.
He
And
always chasing some money.
most definitely. And I had, females that I was fucking with, out of state. And then I had, my woman and so on and so forth. And the thing is, I know that, that was probably the biggest problem for her. Is basically she knew I had other women. You know what I mean? But at the same time,
Yes.
I needed those other women. They were resourceful. Those other women was keeping me safe.
Man.
Like I would go out of state. I was able to go out of state and say I would go to like that. You know what I mean? I always, to be honest, man, I always fuck with like strippers and shit. You know what I mean? Or,
yeah, because they in the game too. They into making fast money.
For sure. You know
That's how it was.
Most definitely. So being that, you know what I mean, and I ain't no trick, you know what I mean? A lot of times they was helping the nigga out too, you know what I mean?
That's how it was.
Many ways, but this is the thing. When I landed down in the city and I was able to go talk to, you know what I mean, like a little stripper or something, she knew the city. She was probably from the, you know what I mean, from the neighborhood.
Sure,
she probably knew some niggas. She probably knew who I should and who I should not be fucking with.
Absolutely.
You feel me? So, you know what I mean, long as I got locked in with her and I knew that she was fucking with me like that, you know what I mean? And I'm always checking a woman's temperature. I'm not never just, baby, it's all cool, you know what I mean? And you got an attitude with me and, you acting like you really don't want to fuck with me like that. I don't get down like that. You know what I mean? If you gotta show me every day, you know what I mean, that your temperature, you know what I mean, is you know what I mean, it's extremely warm for me. If it ain't, cause I come from all kind of low bullshit to where, if a motherfucker's temperature ain't warm, you know what I mean, or they, they feeling a certain kind of way, next thing you know what I mean, you might fuck around and get knocked off. You know what I mean?
That part. Yeah, you gotta have the right motherfucker around. You got to be in the right company.
Oh man, so old girl, you know what I mean, she was keeping me safe, doing all these other things. And my chick I was with at the time, she used to, you know what I mean, she used to call them and harass them and all kind of shit. I'm like, shit, hold up though, you know what I mean? You is at home. You know what I mean? You ain't taking no risk. You know what I mean? You ain't got no problems.
No risk.
You rent it, you know what I mean? Your bills is paid. You elevating. What you need to do is sit at home and try to figure out further ways we can, you know what I mean, develop to where, you know what I mean, because I'm a nigga that came from the bottom. So you need to figure out better ways to where we can actually, you know what I mean, never go back there again. Because that's what my goal is. Because that's what my goal is here. You know what I mean? My goal ain't got nothing to do with, you know what I mean, just sticking my dick in a hole. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know what I mean, I'm not that fixated with that part of the situation. I'm more fixated with, you know what I mean, the pure elevation of things. And then on top of that, if we have children, you know what I mean, I'm trying to make sure that they stay safe. I'm the sacrifice. I'm the nigga sacrificing, that's you know what I mean, for, you know what I mean, that's who I consider myself to be. I'm the sacrifice for you. I'm the sacrifice for my children. I'm the sacrifice, you know what I mean, from this bullshit that we've been entrapped in all of these motherfucking years, even when they put crack cocaine into our neighborhoods. You feel me? That's the shit I came from. I don't know, you didn't come from that shit, but I definitely did. I understand, you know what I mean? And that's the shit that I've been running from for years. You feel me? So allow me, you know what I mean? And not just that, not just running from that, but also, you know what I mean, trying to make sure that my children never have to endure that.
Well, I definitely can concur to that stuff because the one thing about women, it seems like none of them really understood the stuff that they could go through, you know what I'm saying, and the stuff that we had to go through to put food on the table.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, we do certain things and make certain precautions to make stuff safe for our well-being.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? It seems like, I don't know if they don't get it, they just don't understand or what. They're rather...
It's emotions.
Yeah, it's like, what
it's
the fuck? It's like, people, if you using your brain, if you smart, you know to do a lot of your dirt away
Mm-hmm.
from where you lay your head.
For sure.
So therefore, that's where a lot of women did come into play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They was willing and able to put stuff here or protect stuff here.
For sure.
And like you say, they was the ones to let you know who to fuck with or who not to fuck with if you was lucky to bump heads with a solid female.
Right. And then
You know what I'm saying?
and then once you bump solid heads with the solid one, then next thing you know, here come your broad that, you know what I mean, your main broad
Right.
coming and fucking
She
it
gonna
off.
come fuck that off.
You know what I mean?
Because she's emotionally tied into what y'all have going on.
Right.
Versus this broad right here, she's using her thinking cap.
For sure.
This other broad, she like, shit, okay, dude about his business.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you know, he just about stacking his money, which also can benefit them as well.
Correct.
A bit because
Correct. It's gonna benefit everybody.
Exactly, it benefits everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not in the trap hole. Everybody's doing what they supposed to do. Everybody got a position to play.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But the only one don't want to play the position is the one that's in your house.
Yeah. The one that you call yours.
Yeah.
How does that work? What kind of shit is that?
But I'm gonna tell you, like when I was married, back when I was married,
yeah,
I didn't have a lot of that problem too much.
Yeah.
Because she didn't really too much worry about the outside that I know of.
Yeah, for sure.
That would be something I would have to ask her about, which I will. Because all I got was a phone call here and there. Maybe I think because she had her own shit going on.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? She had worked a job with I think it was demanding.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a demanding job, therefore you got some shit to do.
Yeah.
And you ain't got to keep worrying about what the fuck I'm doing.
Right.
But I'm quite sure she noticed the elevation.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Motherfuckers don't go move into houses after houses after houses off
Right.
not working or hustling or getting to this motherfucking paper.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But
definitely.
some of these girls don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you're not here, you're not there, you're doing this, you in and out of town.
Right.
You're not coming home.
Yeah.
Well, shit, this is hard work.
For sure.
This is like fucking with a doctor.
Most definitely.
This is like fucking with an athlete.
Most definitely.
This is like fucking with an entertainer that have to travel.
No,
a rapper, a singer, whatever. This under all that comes the hustle.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely.
So that's what I used to break it down like that, and it still wasn't understood.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think what it boils down to is when I continue to hear that, you know, and a woman talking to me, man, and I know I'm a man that has to make it happen, and I know that 9 times out of 10 that woman wouldn't even fuck with me if I wasn't the type of nigga that wasn't on this shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So basically, at that point, it's just yak, and I'm out the door. You know, you know what I mean? For one, I got, you know, tons of stress on me. I gotta worry about the niggas. I gotta worry about the police. I gotta worry about my thing is, you know, as a black man, I've always wanted to be a man that never, you know what I mean, had to look over his shoulder a day again in his life. You know, that's always been my my dream, is to be a black man, because that's what we grew up under. We grew up under, you know what I mean, the police pulling us over for no reason. Your you know, motherfucker talking about you got tassels on there. I remember riding around with in my baby mama car. You know what I mean? In San Bernardino, you got tassels on your mirror. So it's the
graduation thing?
Correct.
Oh my
God. I never graduated. But you know what I mean? Basically it was a vision of, they pulled me a crack in the window, vision obstruction. Pull a nigga over, you look suspicious. You know what I mean? Or we just got a call saying this, such and so and forth. Well, why you want to search the vehicle? You know what I mean? You know, and you knew why they wanted to search the vehicle, because you was a black man going through, you know what I mean, riding in the neighborhood. You feel me? Even when I used to go to the other side of town, the nicer side of town, because my baby mama, she stayed on the other side of town. I used to go over there, police pulling me over for some reason. As soon as they hooked at you, when they seen the nigga in the car, I said, oh shit, here's motherfucking ass come.
Here he comes. I got tired of that shit.
Here he motherfucking
I
comes.
used to hate that shit, man.
Here he comes.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know the best thing, one of the best feelings I ever felt, love. I was riding. I went back home to San Bernardino, man, and one of the known police officers, he pulled me over, right? And my name is well known. My last name is well known. You know what I mean? And my relatives, they well known in here. They all, you know what I mean, for gangsterism type shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? You know, I come from a bloodline of that. You know, but for the most part, when the police had pulled me over years ago. And when he pulled me over, I was in my Escalade. I think I was like 25, 26. You know what I mean? And the motherfuckers used to tell me, I mean, they used to fuck with me for no reason back then. They used to be like, oh, you ain't never gonna be shit. Your last name is this, yada, yada, yada. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, when they used to tell me that, I'm like, okay, you motherfuckers. And I knew I never wanted to be, my uncles, they always used to go back and forth to the pen. You know what I mean? Even my relatives out here and shit, though, you know what I mean? So, you know, I knew I didn't want that for myself. You know what I mean? So my thing is, you know, but when he pulled me over, he was like, oh, what's happening with Mr. Lucky? I ain't seen you in years, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, man, I moved to Vegas. I got a good job. Woo, woo, woo.
Right.
And I showed him I was still working for the garbage company at the
Right.
time. And I showed him my check. I had it in the middle of the
Right.
console, and I showed it to him. He was like, oh, man, you doing good. Woo, woo.
Ah.
Oh, man, do you know how good that motherfucking felt?
Yeah, that's a great feeling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my thing is, you know, when it comes to the women, man, it's like, you know, as a street dude, you know what I mean? Me and Love is, you know, that's where we come from. You know, so therefore, you know, by us being street dudes and we, you know what I mean, coming from that shit, and we didn't have jobs, we didn't have, you know what I mean, good jobs, you know what I mean, or a good job working for the garbage company. You know, I never wanted to be the nigga that come home and get the biggest piece of chicken. You know what I mean? You know, for one, that, you know what I mean, it was probably...
I did.
You know...
I want the big chicken. Shit.
You know, I'm on the move, and then on top of that, I always been on my fitness shit, so I'm looking, you know, I'm probably, you know what I mean, I probably don't want to eat that shit you made anyways, because, you know what I mean, you and the kids, y'all don't want to eat what I ate, you know what I mean, what I want to eat, you know, because my shit gonna be full of healthy shit, you know, but...
I was blessed with great cooks.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, I ain't been so, I'm going to keep it real, man. I ain't been so blessed with that, you know what I mean?
I was blessed with great cooks.
You know, but, you know, when it boils down to that sort of thing, as far as a woman, you know, playing her position, whether a man is working or if he's, you know, if he's hustling, you know, let me be me, baby. Let me do me. Let me figure it out for us, because that's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? That's what I was born to do. Yeah, they did.
Good luck.
Right. You know, hey, but check this out. This is what I feel though. It's like, how do a man deal with a modern day woman?
You know?
You feel me? That's a topic that can be had when we talking about, you know, just the scenario altogether. Because I think women back in the day, you know what I mean, they used to, regardless of what a man did, well, we watched a lot of the gangster movies and shit like that, or even I like to watch like true gangster stories and shit like that. And women played their part. Men had the women over here, and then they had the women over here.
Right.
You feel me? You know what I mean?
Even making the transition from the streets to like all the things we doing today, you know what I'm saying? You still get a little blowback because you're still busy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like me, I got the car wash thing. We got the club.
Mm-hmm.
I do music.
Right.
I got, you know what I'm saying? We do a podcast.
For sure. Yeah, most definitely.
Goddamn, I don't never see your ass.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, shit. We trying to get to, I mean, I hate to say it, but guys like us, we have goals.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? If you have goals you trying to reach, you know what I'm saying? You got to work that much harder to get to it.
Most
and
definitely.
I try to get to my goals quick and fast because I'm getting older.
Most definitely.
And I would like to sit back and relax sometime before but I don't want to be working at 60.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm working, I want to be some cool regular shit. You know what I'm saying? I just tap in like, hey, how's everything going?
Yeah.
All right, shit, y'all good. Y'all keep things moving.
Right.
And I move on back to the house.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And sit on back and kick my feet up. You know what I'm saying? And grab the remote. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bust me a nice soda or some water. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. Hey, you know, I put that love water in my body, baby. That's why I keep looking sexy. You understand what I'm saying? And bust that, you know what I'm saying? And sit back and relax.
Is it spring water?
Hey, I like spark water, spring water, you know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all gotta pay us for this shit. Y'all wanna get with us? Y'all wanna get with us to promote that water? Fuck with us, luck and love. You understand what I'm talking about? But yeah, that's what I'm talking about, though. You know what I'm saying? So you still gonna get a little blowback.
Oh man, you still gonna get some blowback, but when it, when as far as the blowback is concerned, it's like, I don't. If a woman can't understand who I am at this point in my life, you know what I mean. I done been through so much, man. I done been through, gangs and bullshit, the crack epidemic, and going back and forth in and out of state. You know what I mean, doing my thing. Dealing with a couple of little bras that act like, they like me and they want to give me some money, and they didn't want to act right. I done been through all that. You feel me? You know what I mean? And so the thing is
Lord knows.
Oh man, so the thing about me, it's like now if a woman don't want to line up fully, and to me, I would say I would go back to saying, when it comes to dealing with a modern day woman, because these women are definitely different. And if I look, like they say, right, and like they say, hindsight is 20/20. When I look back at even the women I was messing with back then, that was the beginning of that bullshit of what we see now today. You feel me? So when I see it now, I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? And the thing is you can't control it. You can't, you can't try to, you can't, women have a problem with submissiveness and being submissive, and that's how a man really flourish. And then they flat out want to be men. You feel me?
Yeah, nowadays, they definitely want to be a man. You hear them. I hear them all the time. Yeah, I don't need no nigga.
For sure.
I take care of my own shit.
Yeah, and what that translates to is I want to use as many niggas as possible to get to where the fuck I want to be. And a lot of times they don't even know where the fuck they going. Where you going? Do you know where you going? You know what I mean?
You know
and that's not right.
Where I'm going to.
For sure. And it's a lot of exceptions to the rule. It's a lot of exceptions to the rule, you know what I mean? You can't
like things. Go ahead, nigga. Shit. That shit stuck in my head now.
Yeah. That's a good one, though. That's a good one. But you know what I mean? A lot of them, you be like, well, what do you want to do? Shoot, I don't know what I want to do, but I want to do this, and I think I want to do this, and I think I want to do that.
Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the game that love gives to you?
But I think God has given us the answers, man.
Oh, yeah.
God has given us the answers, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. But there are exceptions to the rules. There are women that are on their shit, you know what I mean? But for the majority of women, I think they don't know where the fuck they going. They don't know their elbows from their asshole.
It's very rare that I see like a girl. I see some, they have the hunger of a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But even if you knock or, happen to knock one of those girls that has that hunger of a man, you still gonna have certain problems because she feels she's a man.
For
you know what I'm saying?
She's
making
I done bumped into that.
She's making this money. You know what I'm saying? She feel like, what the fuck I need you for?
For sure.
Except some dick.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You like, yeah, okay.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the blowback with that part.
Right. And the thing about these women nowadays is it's not even that the fact that they're making the money, it's that they feel like they're just because they got just because they got the little thing between their legs, and on top of that, they feel like they look okay, or or even in the pretty ones, that's some other shit. But when it comes down to, a lot of these cats, they blowing these females up on the internet, telling them they this and they that and that and this and that and this and that. You know what I mean? So therefore, they feel like they have so many options. So nobody fights for nothing anymore. You know what I mean? Everybody wants everything, instantaneous, and nobody wants to fight for anything anymore. So when it boils down to it, you get in the slightest little argument with these females nowadays, shit, they off to the races. You feel me? Or you got to send them off to the races.
Man, they swear a gentleman's waiting for them on the other side.
Oh man,
which is not
the case. Because I keep hearing all the stories. I keep hearing basically they keep telling me that every dude they run into is is a problem. And you know what I mean, and the nigga ain't, I understand if a man ain't on the shit and he ain't trying to figure things out as far as, being a man and standing up, and protecting, providing, and protecting and providing. I can completely understand that. But if a nigga, if a man comes into the situation and he's trying to, do said things and you're not allowing him to do those things, then the problem is with you, baby. You know what I mean?
Or my advice now to that shit,
Yeah.
I tell girls now, if you fucking with a nigga that's at his paper,
Yeah.
you need to just go and stick with you a nigga that got a square 8.
For sure.
Straight 8 hours.
For sure.
That motherfucker can cater to you, a dude. I know it's going, and I know you gonna get tired of that.
Right.
Yeah. She gonna get tired of this motherfucker laying around after his 8 hours and eating a big piece of chicken like you said, and all this old bullshit. And he probably gonna get tired of this motherfucker. He gonna be like, man, I'm always with this motherfucker.
For sure.
I need a second job.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And that's what or you need a second woman. That's what it's gonna boil
down to. Well, that's gonna happen.
For sure.
Because he gonna get, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We know.
Man,
I done seen it all. I done seen the square niggas doing way more dirt than us niggas that's getting the paper.
For sure. For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They be like, I'm like, man, look, your square boyfriend got 3 girlfriends, and you tripping off the nigga that get all the money.
Get all the money.
And make shit happen.
Yeah, because for the first thing I'm gonna do is figure out how it's all gonna equate. When a woman come my way, I'm like, shit, okay, I'm gonna start adding. I'm gonna hold up all my fingers and toes and the whole nine. I'm gonna be like, hold up, let me calculate this. See how it's gonna see how it's gonna manifest. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm gonna carry the one. You know what I mean?
So carry the one.
So therefore, you know what I mean? You know that old girl, when she step in, she gonna step in and basically she's going to contribute something to the pot. Something that's gonna contribute for everybody.
Bring that bag to the table, baby.
Most definitely. It's not just gonna be, it's not just gonna be a thing to where, you gonna be thinking about, she might be thinking about how I'm enjoying the moment with her when we in bed. She might be enjoying, thinking about how she how I'm doing little certain things for her. But she ain't looking at the big picture.
The big picture, exactly.
You know, dig? She ain't looking at the big picture, and the big picture is that basically, we getting away and we staying away from this bullshit. This motherfuckers out there sleeping in tents. You know what I mean?
It ain't no different than when a girl was in the game. You know what I'm saying? When a chick was out there in the game, you know what I'm saying? Doing what they do for the money.
Man.
And then they come home to your motherfucking ass.
Most definitely. And I know.
But you had to have your hands out. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you was with that.
Yeah.
Put right here in my
Most definitely.
And
I know that me and Love, we didn't deal with, those type of women that, went out there, whether they were strippers or whether they was flat out there getting it. You know what I mean? We didn't dealt with them type of women. You feel me? On a cool level while we was doing our thing. You feel me? And the thing is, it was like, okay, baby. One thing about us, I know we never wanted to be, we know there's two different type of men that women deal with. They either put you in two categories. You know what I mean? They either put you in the man category or they put you in the sucker category. You know what I mean? So
that's facts.
So basically,
facts not fiction.
Right. So basically, we just trying to make sure that we not being put in the sucker category. Because who's to say, and then when it boils down to dealing with modern day women, a lot of these women, they out here, they doing their thing. Ain't nothing we can do to stop it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It ain't like we told them to do it. It ain't like we told them.
I definitely ain't told you to do a motherfucking thing. Shit, we gonna let that be known. Shit.
But no, we ain't told you to do it. We just happened to bump into you. Shit. You got to talking that bullshit, then you got to lying to us, trying to tell us that you ain't doing what we know you're doing.
Yeah, that part. We know you're doing it. That's what killed me a lot of times. I'm like, this bitch talking about she do this, do that. Shit, you ain't never at home at night. You always get home early in the morning.
Yeah, hold up. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna judge you for it, you know, at all.
I
You know,
didn't get no fucks about it. Shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Shit,
for
I was
sure.
like, yeah.
I'm a nigga from the streets. I done came from shit. I done seen all kind of shit. You know what I mean? You know, I ain't a nigga with a weak stomach.
Exactly.
So if you tell me something, you know what I mean, I'm not going just because you told me you was with Joe Blow last night, you know what I mean, you know, and you got a couple dollars out of him. I ain't, you know what I mean, I ain't gonna gurgitate on myself and get to act, you know what I mean, throw up all over myself and get to be like, you know what I mean, and be like, baby, I feel weak.
Yeah, that type of shit, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that was a topic. That's why we on that a hustler versus a working man shit. But the working man really ain't finna.
No.
Let him find out he was even in the game.
Right, for sure.
If you was in the game and you got a working man now, what I suggest for you, this is game from me to you girls that happen to be ladies of leisures in your past. I'll suggest you just act like that part of your life didn't exist. Because I believe he ain't gonna have the stomach for it.
Nah, he ain't gonna have the stomach for it.
You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna have the stomach for it.
That's what he ain't gonna have.
He's just not gonna have the stomach for it. I suggest you just leave that out.
He gonna gurgitate on himself.
Leave that out. You know what I'm saying? Because he gotta go through. he gotta sit up here and calculate all those bodies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When the niggas start calculating those bodies, he gonna be like, shit. What number am I? Really satisfying you?
For sure.
Really?
Yeah. Most definitely.
Or no. You know what I'm saying? Let me know, baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For
That
sure.
he gonna. And the moment he does, if you feel like you feel comfortable to release such valuable information, best believe down the line that's finna change. Y'all relationship gonna change sooner than later.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he gonna have some nice little square work girl somewhere that had never been in the game, never been a stripper, never did anything that had some type of morals about herself and all that type of shit. He gonna feel that was more better. He gonna fit more qualified with that. That's what he gonna feel. That's just what I've seen personally.
Yeah. I know, you know what I mean, when it boils down to morals.
Yeah, I've seen it personally.
When it boils down to morals with me, you know what I mean, I'm not intimidated by, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we built different.
What a woman did, you know what I mean, as far as those concerns. What is you gonna do for me at this moment? What is we gonna do, you know what I mean, in order to elevate? Because I got dirt in my nails. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Well, I can't judge nobody. I came from the, you know what I mean, I came from the bottom. You know what I mean? So therefore
I came from I come from the dirt, but the type of females I was fucking with, I transferred from the regular girl, the L7 square girl, to because that's all I was meeting was girls that was either stripping or in the game.
For sure, that's always was me. That's always me.
So I was left with no other choices but to adapt.
For sure. Yeah, and I think that's what came in our circle. And you know, we fucked around with a couple square bears. You know, I think, you know, I used to mess with a few, you know what I mean, that had good jobs and shit. You know, but I think even within that, I think, you know, when it boils down to it, you know, even dealing with a square bear, I didn't mess with some of them and they was complete sluts. You know what I mean?
I know about that.
Yeah, and they wasn't receiving $1 for it. You know what I mean?
$1.
You know, I actually respected the girl more that was getting the money, you know what I mean, that was actually, you know what I mean, at least she had something to show for it. And, you know.
A screaming quarter or a crying dime. She wasn't getting none of it.
Right. She wasn't just, you know, she just a nympho and a comfort.
Yeah, she was just a nympho.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know, she just about her nympho thing. Yeah. You know, and I'm like, you know, I to me, you know what I mean, it's like, you know, wait, you just nymphoing it up, and then you coming back to me, you know what I mean, and you think I'm supposed to accept that? You ain't, you know what I mean? What am I supposed to do with that? You know what I mean?
We'll tell you. But we didn't ran the course. I don't know where we at, but yeah. Check this. The game that I could say for y'all before we take this time to get up out of here is if you don't want things out of life, then you have to deal with a person that has less work.
Yeah, we don't want to say that.
Less dreams. I'm saying, you know.
Right.
you work 8 hours,
Yeah,
get your
yeah,
8 hours out.
I got you. If you want the simple, if you want the more simple things
out
in
of
life.
life. Yeah,
You know what I mean? For
get
sure,
you.
for sure.
And if you're cool with that, then that's what I can suggest for you. If you trying to deal with an athlete, actor, ball players, with a lot of you girls out there trying to get, you ain't gonna get it, but yeah, you can try to get it.
For sure.
But that's just know, if you happen to luck up to get one, that's what you're gonna deal with. Right. You're gonna be home alone
for sure.
The most of the time.
Yeah. They think they're gonna find the one nigga, the sucker, what's his name, played for Golden State, and he was messing with the one little chick, Ice Spice.
Oh yeah, that dude.
He said he give him $200,000.
He was. I wish I was talking to Ice Spice, because I'd have so laced up to get a cool meal out that nigga. Hey, but shit. Before we get out of here, we want to thank Ignis Umbra. You know, we in the facility of Ignis Umbra. We got.
That's funny.
But
it's real.
Yeah,
for sure.
I want to give shout out to y'all. Take a look at my brother times 10 generation. Y'all come out to the club, Lady Brandish, if y'all want to see some live entertainment. Check out Love Stacks. Check my videos out. Breakthrough tricks. You ain't gotta like my shit. We got some moon puff and stack edibles, cookies, any flavor, anything you like. You heard me? Or what else we got jumping off? Anything you want to add to what you got going on, man?
Oh yeah, well, as far as I'm concerned, like I say, my Mexican partner, he fronted me. But I had all my things in order. You know what I mean? I had all my tools, the places where to keep my shit, the places where to, all my tools was in line. That's what made the business roll smooth. So now, since I'm not in that business no more, now the bank, they front me. You know what I mean? That's why your boy Luck got fronted. You know, dig over and over and over again. You feel me? So now I use the bank's money in order to, capitalize as well. So if you want to be taught the same thing, you can reach me at capitalmovements.com, or you can follow me at Luck.
And you can catch me also on all platforms, D-Love Vegas. Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff is under that D-Love Vegas. And we out of here, man. And we gonna tap in with y'all real soon. Zoom. That means go.
And peace out. We get with you.